Welcome to Meets Woodshop. And making this really fancy clipboard for your dead bird eye protection. Let's drill some holes. Join me in making this awesome beer mug. So I'm actually really happy with this. I think it looks really nice. My dovetails. I did not think that I was going to be making a technique. Oh. Excuse me, my good chap. I am your host, Caleb Knopf. I would like you to join me in companionship for a few moments to journey together to the woodshop to create this exquisite piece, a lovely ingrain cutting board consisting of the species maple and purple heart. Without further ado, let's see how this beautiful piece is made. And don't even forget for a moment that you're not included, as there is a subscriber giveaway of this Swedish butter knife and Swedish breadboard. Could be yours if you like, comment, and subscribe. More on that at the end of the video. I'm about to be attempting a project today that I've been wanting to do for a very long time. I'm pretty nervous to be starting it because I've never done this project before. It's going to be a first time for me, and saying it that way, it'll be a first time for you too maybe. I'm really afraid I'm going to mess it up. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be making an end grain cutting board. This will be my first end grain cutting board, and to make it, I bought this heavy freaking board of Purple Heart, and I got this 10-foot board of maple. I actually didn't need a board that big, but my local hardwood dealer, you have to buy the whole board. I'm a little late in the game when it comes to end grain cutting boards. A lot of the most popular YouTube woodworkers have already made one. They've all got their videos for it. It almost seems like a woodworker rite of passage almost. So I want to cut a length off of each of these that's the same length, and I will start with my Purple Heart. Oh, come on, bad boy. You would do well to wear your eye protection. I can't take this through my crosscut sled since this board is so long, so I'm just going to use the old circular saw. Purple Heart board is short enough that I can make this cut on my table saw. My table saw's not plugged in. Another thing I want to do before proceeding any farther on this is cleaning up my edges because it's got pretty rough marks on it, so I'm just gonna shave off the side. Alright, so let me explain to you what I'm doing real quick. We got our edges cleaned up. I want to get ready to cut both of these boards into strips so I could glue them together. And I set my fence the same thickness as the Purple Heart. And same with the Purple Heart. Oh, Purple Heart smells real bad. Gonna do now is I'm just gonna kind of lay out strips. We're gonna do my favorite thing, which is the glue up. And like any other glue ups I've done in the past, this one makes me nervous. now is the worst moment of the whole thing, and we're gonna have to do this twice too. I'm doing this. And I'm gonna let it dry overnight, and I'll come back and visit it tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Okay, so I've been waiting all day for this moment. At work all day, thinking about this. It's all one piece, I can tell you that. I'm gonna try to sand off as much of this glue as I can, hit it with my hand plane, and if that doesn't work, I might try something really unorthodox. I'm gonna try an unorthodox method on the table saw. What I'm gonna do with the crosscut sled here is I'm gonna clean up the edges of the board. Alright, so this is what I'm going to do. I don't have an electric planer to flatten up this surface, and my hand plane sucks, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my finished strips now on the table saw, and then I will go back and run them through the table saw again to flatten up the surface, and that should work. Look at how bad these gaps are. Now that was because I could not get a flat surface. So we're gonna try to cheat a little bit. Is I'm gonna take a piece, so I'll run it through on that with this side against the fence, and square that up, and then hopefully all these will fit together nice and neat. I've also numbered these so I won't lose track of their order. Okay, so here's my pieces after running them through the table saw. I still have quite a bit of gaps in there, but they're really not that bad. Flip every other one. And that gives us the pattern. So here we are, glue up number 2. I'll let it sit overnight again. Okay, day number 3. I've been super excited all day. Oh, look at that. I'm gonna hit it for a while with 60 grit. Now I'm going to take the rough edges off of it. Now we're going to go back to the drudgery of sanding. So I had to take a fun little break from the droning, monotonous act of sanding. And since I'm going to have to sand it anyways, I might as well now put the profile on this. And I've got a 3/8 inch round over bit in there, and I'm going to go over all the edges on this board.
Okay, so that was a ton of sanding I did. Now what I want to do before going and putting any kind of a finish on this is I'm going to wipe down the bottom with a paper towel, just make sure all the dust is off of there. And I've got these little rubber feet that's going to go on each corner, and I'm going to put those on now just because I feel like when I go to put the oil on there to finish it that these won't stick to it. So let's go ahead and start putting these on. Finish it, we are going to use mineral oil, and I'm going to start with the bottom since I view that as the least important part. And after I let that soak for a little bit, I'll wipe off the excess, probably do it again, and then same procedure for the top, damn it. I'm gonna leave all that excess on there, let it soak up as much as it can, and then I'm gonna wipe it off and do it again however many times is necessary. I'll catch back up with you when it's actually done. And that is the completed cutting board with the rubber feet. My pattern was a little wonky, but it almost looks intentional. It almost looks like there's a thick line here, a thick line here, and a thick line there, and the rest are lined up. So it kind of looks intentional, which if you don't see the video, I'm forever going to claim that it was indeed intentional. I'm really happy with my end result, and this is going to see a lot of use. While the project is done, we are not completely done here. Let me show you something. It's just a board. I used a circular saw to cut a groove in it. That's the first one I made. Now, part of me wanted to keep this forever, you know, stashed away in a kitchen cabinet where I'll never look at it ever again for the rest of my life, just for sentimental sake. I think we're going to try something different. I was going to do an experiment, which I think I may be the first person to do it, but my beautiful camera woman forgot to press record, and we went through the whole thing. I already know the end result of this experiment, but for your sake, I'll pretend like I don't. This cutting board that's gone through almost a year of having different kinds of food, meat, vegetables, you name it, cut on there, and repeated coats of mineral oil for maintenance soaked into it. I want to see, does the inside of a cutting board look any different? Like, is there gunk in there? Is there oil that's going to squish out of there? What's going to happen? So we're going to cut this. Let me discreetly move that to the side so you don't see. We're going to cut this, and we're going to find out what's in there. Alright, are you ready for the big reveal? So look at that. It's like pristine wood. I guess that says a lot about cutting boards, I guess. That was interesting. Now we know. That's a thing that you know now. For me and my skill level that I'm at, that was a pretty tough project for me. I've never made an end grain cutting board before. It's going to be around for a long time, especially if taken care of right. It might even be around longer than you. Thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. As another thanks, I still have the subscriber giveaway going on, Swedish butter knife and breadboard. I will be announcing a winner on the next video. There's still time for you to win if you would like to have this. This is oak and walnut. I will ship it to you free. The stipulations are like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to ask that of you. I'll give something in return. So you still have a chance, and winner will be announced in the next video. So thank you very much. I'll see you next time.